On the 12th day of Christmas, Bramsey Claus gave to me a great example of captaincy. How's it going, everybody? We're here on the final day, Bramsey Claus, your final installment as the sun starts to rise on Christmas morning. Here we are taping one last episode of the top 12 goals plus bonuses, a countdown of 2023 for Charlotte FC. I've had a great time. Hopefully you've had a great time following the series. Hopefully we've helped you cover your holiday break as you move into a new year, new you, getting back into the grind here now in this first week of January. Hope everybody feels refreshed and got everything they needed on Christmas and was able to give. This is what I'm here to give you, the Tifos, was this series. And what we got to close things out was something that was given to us by the captain, class from the captain. You got to love everything Ashley Westwood brought to the club this year. Wouldn't have probably been where we got to without him. Where we got to was deemed not good enough, and the manager was fired, and new goals were set, and new standards are to be held to in 2024, and that's all well and good. But what we did achieve in 2023 is chalk it up in a large part to what the captain brought to the crown. We love the crown. We love the captain. Talking about Ashley Westwood, and we're about to see. This is an example to close things out. I thought it was the perfect ender for what we're trying to do here, which was show an example of how class form is temporary, class is permanent, and it's not just what you can do with a soccer ball at your feet, which you're about to see an example of sheer wizardry, but it's also the type of person you are and knowing your role and being aware in the moment of what you can do in every moment to make magic happen and show what life is all about, what life is really all about.
He can afford to keep the ball there because in a 3v2 situation, one of the Charlotte defenders is eventually going to go to him and make his mind up for him. But that's a prime example with Privet being out.
Swiderski gets the spot. Ashley Westwood from a 1-0 lead. The captain strikes, and it's Charlotte with a well-deserved lead at the back.
Yes, he's a centre forward, but he'll go out wide. And he's so clever here. The reverse pass comes into it. He knows then that a centre-back has been dragged out with him. And because Maldonado's been dragged out, look at the space that Westwood takes. So he takes up the space of Maldonado, and give him great credit because it's a wonderful finish.
It's a wonderful finish, just a lovely finish. Then I would have loved to see the reverse angle there so I could see exactly where that ball came off. I think it's outside foot, though. Pretty confident there. Just beautiful from Westwood. And obviously you saw him hold up the jersey that said Strong on it. That's a reference to Marco Strong. That's a reference to Marco Diaz, who's an analyst that worked on the Charlotte FC coaching staff, who had recently had a really bad diagnosis from his doctor and was battling major health issues. And that just shows the togetherness of the team and the fact that the captain would score that goal against the defending champion LAFC at home, a game we would go on to win 2-1. We beat, Charlotte FC, for all our struggles this year, we beat the defending MLS champion, we beat the Eastern Conference champion, and we beat the MLS Cup. So we're the only team that's beaten the last two MLS Cup champions in 2023, that's for sure. And also the only team that beat the finalists both for this season. So and it's all in part that Westwood goal is a huge part of that accomplishment. But to know the awareness in the moment, to shout out Marco Diaz after scoring, it's just an absolute worldie. I mean, let's look at it a few more times because this goal is just something special. Like, it's a really nice play. The analysts, I think, nail it when they talk about how Carroll sort of had the awareness of knowing where he was on the pitch and that he had Carroll knew his run had pulled the center back. And so he knew the space was there and Westwood was there. But like, for Westwood to pull off that finish is just so elite, so elite. And like, the cross is coming at him and he's able to sort of redirect it, far post at a tight angle. It's a really it's a very, it's an isosceles triangle what we're dealing with here. And zoop, it's real easy to miss that shot. And it's not very easy to make it. The goalkeeper gives a great effort, but the spin, the curl was just unstoppable. And shout out Marco Diaz. Shout out Ashley Westwood. What a goal. What a moment. What a win. Whoops. I clicked the wrong one. What a goal. What a moment. What a win. As I said, I'll say it again. Um, what a player. What a captain. I think probably Carroll's my favorite player, but whether he stays or goes, I feel like Ashley is gaining on him, and there's a real chance for Ashley Westwood to become a Charlotte FC legend. Depending on what happens the next couple of years, I know he's sticking around this year. I think he'll probably stick around for 2025 with health issues all being all well and good. I know he loves it in the Carolinas. He's putting family roots down here. And so, with what Dino Smith might be able to bring, who knows what Westwood's future holds. But that finish is just so sick. This goal could have been higher. This goal maybe should be higher than 12. You could argue. I'd love for someone to make that argument in the comments for sure. But it's been a fun countdown. So if we look at let's now that we've made it to the end of our countdown, let's look back, shall we? Always fun to look back and take stock of where you've been. Here is my personal countdown. I've got Deagra's goal 1, Vargas 2, Bender 3, Westwood 4 against Chicago. Arfield's winner against Nashville at 5. Ajmong's equalizer against Seattle at 6. Ajmong's Are You Effing Kidding Me goals all tied for 7th and 8th and 9th. And then Cambridge, the first goal was just a thing of beauty. Stand up and take your chance, y'all. It doesn't matter if the pass is to you. Go get it and score it. Lindsay's goal, my favorite assist of the season. Copetti's goal, the first goal we scored all year. The first cut is the deepest, if you remember. Vargas with the footwork and the goal to beat Messi was number 11, and the number 12, Ashley Westwood. So, we go a little further down, Kerwin or Copetti versus Miami on a Kerwin cross. Bender's a Kalina assist goal, Bender versus the Red Bulls. And those start to be our honorable mentions. And then we get, Kerwin, Camille starts to figure in very heavily in the honorable mentions. That's kind of the defining thing of Camille's career is, honorable mention. He's our third DP, he's like Tam-ish DP, he's never quite gotten the serious love he deserves. And a lot of that probably comes from the fact that he found the form of his life in the Open Cup and then ended up getting hurt in the Open Cup and had to fight his way back to form from injury. So, a healthy Camille is a dangerous thing. I don't know if he can stay healthy, but don't sleep on if Camille does come back. There's been talk he might leave, but if he does come back, don't sleep on what he can do if he stays healthy all year. He figures in a lot of our great goals that we scored this year. Not as many of the top 12, though, as we have been dealing with in this countdown. Been a great holiday season for me. So much to look forward to. Again, this episode is dropping on January 5th, if my calendar math is correct, and it's being recorded here as Chris Kringle makes his final deliveries here in the wee hours as the sun starts to rise on Christmas morning. So hopefully no crazy info or news comes out that makes this everything I've said here no longer relevant, because then I'd have to delete it and re-record it. I really don't want to do that. So hopefully we're all watching this original stream together of the final episode of a great series, the 12 Goals of Christmas, class from the captain. Shout out Marco Strong and everyone involved in Charlotte FC and everything that everybody does. It's just a beautiful community that we've built for ourselves here, and let's make it even more beautiful in the coming year. And if it grows, that's good too. But let's focus on quality. Let's focus on making Charlotte FC a great place for all of us who are already here, and the growth can come. Let the club, let President LeBou and all those folks focus on growth. We're going to focus on making what we have great. Every time, just making Charlotte FC a worthwhile community to be a part of, I think is sort of a North Star in the current corporate parlance is what we would call it. So I have been Bramsey Claus. You have been you. Couldn't have done it without you. Thank you, Tifos. Thank you, everybody. Hope you really love this, and I hope you'll go back and watch these episodes over and over again and really rack up those view counts and disagree with my rankings and tell me why I'm an idiot, all that fun stuff. So until the next time, we will see you when we see you, and for the crown, baby.